Well, folks, let me break it down for you. Plain and simple. Just like I do. We're talking about why a good number of men out there seem to be wandering through life without a clear direction. I've been looking into this, and there's a real story behind it. So grab yourself a seat and let's get to the bottom of this. Part 1. The enigma of finding direction. You see, there's this thing about men, especially those who've been feeling left out in the cold. Picture a college campus, say Riverside University, and you got these young men who didn't exactly ace high school. They're drifting, not sure where to head, and they're not too excited about education. That's where this story begins. It lights a fire under them, gets them thinking. Hey, maybe I should figure out what I want. But why does it work better for these fellas than others? That's a really good question. Part 2. The agreeableness factor unveiled. Now, let's dive into another layer here. You see, women on average seem to be doing better with this whole goal setting thing, and you know why. It's that agreeableness factor, which, let me tell you, is a tad more intricate than you might think. It's not just about saying, alrighty then, let's do it, and going along with the program. It's about a particular blend of traits that women often bring to the table. You've got traits like compassion, empathy, and cooperation all wrapped up in this agreeableness package. It's like a finely woven tapestry of social harmony. When society lays out a path and says, here's what you should do, women often say, alrighty then, let's do it. They go along with it, and it's working pretty well for them. But now, let's talk about disagreeable folks. And there's more men on that end of the spectrum. It's like a Venn diagram with some overlap. But mostly, the really agreeable folks are women, and the disagreeable ones are men. These are the folks who ain't gonna budge unless they see some value in it. Part 3. Unpacking responsibility. All right, let's peel back another layer. Responsibility, folks. It's the name of the game. Men, they need it like a fish needs water. Take a look at Homer from The Simpsons for a sec. He's a bumbling goofball of a guy, but he's got one thing going for him. He takes responsibility for his family. Even in his most foolish moments, he's there for them. Now, women, they got their set of responsibilities too, but it's different. They know what they gotta do, especially when it comes to having kids. Men, well, they gotta figure it out. And if they don't find something worth taking responsibility for, they stay stuck in that Peter Pan mode. Why? Because they see no point in lifting that load. And that, my friends, leads them straight to impulsive pleasures and a heap of self-contempt. Part 4. The yearning for meaning. Now, let me tell you what really gets me. When I talk to these young men about responsibility, their eyes light up like a Christmas tree. It's like I've handed them the keys to the kingdom. They hunger for it, and it's like they've been starving for something real in their lives. You see, folks, responsibility ain't just a chore. It's what gives life meaning. It's like picking up a heavy load and thinking, at least I can do this. It's about finding your purpose, your North Star, and making the world a bit better in the process. Part 5. The culture shift. So, here's the deal, folks. We've been talking a lot about rights lately, but we've left out a crucial piece of the puzzle: responsibility. Your rights are my responsibility, plain and simple. You can't have one without the other, and it's time we started talking about it. Now, I've seen a shift happening. Young folks, especially the men, they're ready for it. They're tired of this one-sided conversation about rights. They're yearning for responsibility. And that's where the true meaning of life lies. In a world where everyone's talking about what they're owed, these young men are stepping up and asking, what can I do? How can I make a difference? It's a counter. Culture movement, a call to grow up and be useful. And you know what? It's about time. So, there you have it, folks. A deep dive into the enigma of men, responsibility, and meaning in life. It's a journey we're all on, and it's high time we started taking those steps forward.